Hey everybody, how are you? Thanks for a great dinner tonight. I think I want to just talk to everybody a little bit about the week I just had. It was something. I attended a 3-day class in Atlanta. The title of the class was called Speakeasy, and it's basically some speech language pathologists that kind of help you with public speaking and things of that nature. Totally took me out of my comfort zone. So on the first day, we had to give a speech just about something that we were passionate about in general. We knew about it way in advance, and it only had to be 2 minutes long. But imagine that you're in front of 9 strangers and two instructors, people that you've never met before, and you have to get up there and give a speech. Now, I will tell you that I volunteered to go first, just to get it out of my system. And the nerves were there, and I was kind of nervous. But anyways, I got past it. I talked about being passionate about promoting within, companies that promote within. Meanwhile, this whole thing is getting recorded. And then afterwards, you watch it back with your peers. And everybody had to do the exercise. So we get a little bit of coaching and things of that nature. And then the second speech that afternoon, with some advice, we had to over-exaggerate body movements, right? So whatever we were talking about, we had to hold our hands up high or hold them out here or make gestures on things that we were doing. And to prove a point, on day 2, there was a third exercise or video that we had to do where we had to speak in our native tongue of Ba. So imagine you're the leader of a country called Ba, and the only words you can use to plead for your country that had a national disaster was Ba. So the idea of the exercise was if you didn't have to think of the words, that you would make more facial expressions or gestures or stuff like that and try to incorporate that into your speaking when you're actually giving a real speech. So you can imagine I was sitting there, looking around the room saying, Ba, 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 ba. The only saving grace is again, I went first and I got my turn out of the way. But number 2, everybody had to do the same speech. And when they play it back, you actually do use a lot more body language and gestures and facial expressions and things like that when you don't really have to think about the words, which kind of takes you back to knowing your material before you ever get started speaking. Anyways, it was quite the experience. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I would say the biggest thing that I learned in public speaking is to probably breathe from your belly instead of your chest, because it kind of relieves tension. Pausing, right, to let the message that you're trying to say sink in. And that there's a gap between what I think I'm speaking when I think I'm speaking loud and I'm actually speaking loud. So I actually did an exercise where the instructor was on the other side of the room and she wanted me to exert some more energy. So she says, repeat after me, I am sending my voice over to you. And then, of course, I had to do that in front of everybody in the class. And it just kind of self-awareness kind of thing, and really trying to help with public speaking. It was something that work paid for. They wanted me to go do this, and it's just kind of ironic that I had to do this speech class during an actual speech class. GoPro, stop recording.